Have you ever noticed that the most powerful men in history never begged to be heard? People just listened. Their presence alone demanded attention. They didn't raise their voice. They didn't chase approval. They simply spoke less, but when they did, every word landed like truth. Now here's the question. Why is it that one man can say, "Hi," and a woman instantly feels something? Tension, curiosity, attraction, while another can talk for hours and still feel invisible? The answer lies in one of the oldest, most feared, and most misunderstood teachings in history, Machiavelli's dark psychology. And when you combine it with Stoic emotional control, you unlock something terrifying. A man who can influence without force, attract without chasing, and speak without losing his power. This isn't about manipulation. It's about understanding the laws that govern human emotion. The same laws rulers used to command kingdoms, but now applied to the art of communication and attraction. So today I'll reveal how to master the deadly art of talking to women, not through tricks or games, but through timeless psychological power. Chapter 1. The Power of Controlled Mystery. Machiavelli warned that revealing everything weakens a ruler. The same is true in conversation. Most men rush to be liked, they joke, explain, confess, and by minute 10 they've spent all their worth. Attraction rarely grows from familiarity. It grows from curiosity. When you hold back, your words become scarce currency. Every sentence gains value. Every pause becomes an invitation. Speak less, listen more. Let her fill the gaps. As Epictetus put it, we have 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. The man who listens learns her fears, patterns, and desires while revealing little of his own. That imbalance in your knowledge, her curiosity, and is the first seed of power. Mystery isn't deception. It's strategic restraint. And restraint breeds fascination. Chapter 2. The Law of Composure. The Stoic Frame. Every man faces one silent test when talking to a woman. Can you stay centered when emotions rise? Machiavelli wrote, "He who controls his emotions controls others who cannot." When you talk to a woman you're attracted to, she'll subconsciously test your frame, not maliciously, instinctively. She wants to feel if you're grounded or if you'll crumble under pressure. A simple tease, a joke, a small rejection. Most men react instantly. They defend, explain, justify, or try to win her back. But the man who pauses, who smiles quietly, who isn't moved by approval or rejection, he's the one who owns the frame. That's stoicism in action. You're not cold, you're calm. You don't suppress your emotions, you govern them. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The best revenge is to be unlike your enemy." In conversation, your enemy isn't the woman, it's your own impulsiveness. Your need to impress, your fear of losing interest, your craving for validation. When you kill those needs, something changes. Your energy slows down. You start speaking deliberately. Your tone becomes heavy, relaxed, confident. Every pause becomes power. Women can sense this instantly. They may not know why, but they feel that you can't be easily shaken, and that makes you rare. Because in a world where everyone's emotionally reactive, calmness is the ultimate seduction. Chapter 3. The Subtle Art of Psychological Chess. Talking to women isn't about words, it's about moves. Every sentence, every reaction, every pause either strengthens or weakens your position. Machiavelli taught that power belongs to those who anticipate reactions before they occur. He said, "The wise man does at once what the fool does at last." In conversation, this means stop reacting to emotions, start predicting them. When you say something bold, don't fear her silence. When she challenges you, don't over-explain. When she flirts, don't chase. You stay one step ahead. Here's the secret. People are predictable when you understand psychology. Most women test not to destroy your confidence, but to measure it. They push slightly to see if your smile cracks, if your tone shifts, if your ego reacts. When you stay calm, you send a message deeper than any words. I'm not here to perform. I'm here because I choose to be. That's Machiavellian precision with Stoic detachment. The deadly blend that turns small talk into fascination, because she realizes something about you feels different. You're not trying to win her attention. You're making her earn yours. Chapter 4. The Seductive Power of Observation. Most men try to impress women with stories. The wise man impresses by understanding her story. When you observe carefully, tone, eyes, rhythm of speech, you begin to speak in her emotional language. This is called tactical empathy, a concept that both Stoic thinkers and Machiavellian strategists understood well. Machiavelli advised rulers to learn to enter into men's minds. In modern terms, emotional intelligence. When a woman speaks, don't just wait for your turn to talk. Listen for what's beneath her words. Is she guarded? Is she insecure? Is she playful but cautious? Every emotion is a door and your silence is the key. The more accurately you observe, the more precise your words become. You start saying things like, "You seem like someone who doesn't open up easily." She'll pause, surprised because you've read her. In that moment, you're no longer another man chasing, you're a man who sees. And in the psychology of attraction, being seen is the most intoxicating feeling for a woman. But here's where Machiavelli's darkness comes in. You never reveal how much you see. You understand, but you don't expose. You keep some of your insight to yourself because mystery sustains attraction far longer than truth does. Chapter 5: The Discipline of Indifference. In Machiavelli's world, emotional attachment was weakness. But in Stoicism, indifference wasn't about coldness, it was about freedom. Epictetus wrote, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." When you apply that to attraction, it means this: the less you need her interest, the more attractive you become. Talking to women from a place of need, whether it's approval, validation, or affection, kills attraction instantly. Why? Because need is energy, and women feel energy before they process words. When your energy says, "I hope she likes me," she feels pressure. But when your energy says, "I like her, but I'm fine either way," she feels curiosity. That's the paradox of attraction. When you detach from outcome, you gain control over outcome. Machiavelli understood this too. He wrote, "Fortune favors the bold," and boldness doesn't come from arrogance. It comes from non-attachment. So talk to women not like you're auditioning, but like you're selecting. You're not proving your worth. You're discovering if she meets yours. That shift in perspective changes everything. Your tone deepens. Your posture relaxes. You start talking less but meaning more. And she feels it. The difference between a man chasing pleasure and a man radiating peace. Chapter 6: The Dark Power of Ambiguity. Women are emotional thinkers, and that's not weakness. It's power. They feel before they analyze. So when you talk to them, logic alone won't work. You need ambiguity, the art of saying just enough to make her mind wander. Machiavelli said, "Men judge generally more by the eye than by the hand," meaning perception matters more than action. You don't need to declare your intentions. You simply need to create an atmosphere where she starts imagining them. Say less. Hint more. Let silence build tension. When she asks personal questions, answer with honesty but mystery. Have you ever been in love? Once. It taught me more than I expected. Short, emotional, yet incomplete. That's the perfect blend. Ambiguity invites the imagination, and attraction grows in the imagination, not in information. Chapter 7: The Stoic Code of Inner Authority. At the core of both Machiavellian and Stoic philosophy lies one truth. Power is an inner state before it's an outer expression. You cannot talk to women with dominance if your mind is full of fear, doubt, or need, because energy leaks through words. The Stoic man doesn't chase approval, he radiates certainty. He doesn't memorize lines, he lives principles. He doesn't seek validation, he gives value through presence. Machiavelli would call this appearing royal. Marcus Aurelius would call it commanding your mind. Both point to the same truth. You can't fake control, you must become control. So before you talk to women, build the foundation. Discipline your mind. Control your reactions. Detach from outcomes. And speak with intention. Because when your inner authority is strong, you can whisper and still be heard. That's the level most men never reach and the level women never forget. Chapter 8: The Final Law: Presence over Performance. The modern world trains men to perform. Be funny, be charming, be confident. But the ancient world trained men to be present. Presence is when your focus isn't on impressing but on observing. It's when you listen not to respond but to understand. It's when your energy says, "I'm here. I see you. I'm unshaken." That's what women crave, not perfection but presence. When you're fully present, your words slow down. Your tone becomes calm. Your eyes communicate more than your sentences ever could. That's the art of the silent masculine and the death of overthinking. Conclusion: the deadly balance. To master the deadly art of talking to women, you must become both the Stoic and the strategist. From Machiavelli, learn control, restraint, and emotional prediction. From Stoicism, learn detachment, discipline, and calm presence. When these merge, you become a man who doesn't chase and he attracts. Who doesn't talk to impress, he speaks to connect. Who doesn't seek power and he is power. And remember, the deadliest art isn't in what you say, it's in what you don't. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.